Good early morning, brothers and sisters. Allow me to welcome you to the first annual revival of the Church of the Clutch of Christ. We're not a new denomination. We've been around. You just may not have heard of us or may have forgotten about us. But we're coming back in full force, welcoming back in some of the lost flock to make things right the way the Lord intended. Now, what is that, you may ask? Well, we all know the Lord, He created the earth. And on the earth, He put a likeness of Himself, man. He realized that man needed to eat. So He created a beast for man to eat. But man struggled with some of these beasts. So the Lord created the gun to allow man to tame these beasts, which He tamed most of them. But then the Lord decided that man needed to tame all the beasts, and while doing so, enable his manness. So He created the automobile in truck, car, van forms, among others, with manual transmissions. So man could do many things. He could bang gears, he could shoot guns, he could eat meat, he could tame the beast. Now, this was great. And not everyone was happy. Lucifer was especially jealous of man's bounties that he had on this earth. And the final straw was when the Lord, realizing that man had literally everything that he needed, was lonely. So the Lord plucked a rib bone out of a man and created the woman, not necessarily in His likeness. Now, they are superior to man in certain ways, and in others they're not. We won't even get into that, because that's not what our church is about. We are into equality. And Satan, that was the last straw. So an uprising came, and the Lord cast him down below earth into the bowels of it, where he sat scheming and frustrated. And as he watched how things unfolded on the earth, he had a plan. He needed to weaken man, make man more like woman, because that is not in the Lord's absolute likeness. So Satan approached a woman, first with the apple, to show her that the beast did not need to be eaten, and then that the manual transmission, which woman struggled with at times, there was an alternative. There was the automatic transmission. He planted that seed in the minds of women. She went to man and told man that she would be much happier if she had an automatic transmission. And so together, man and woman prayed to the Lord to give her the automatic transmission. And the Lord, in a moment of weakness, reached down into the manual transmission, pulled a clutch fork out, much as He did with the rib bone of a man, and He created the automatic. And in that moment, we started to decline. Now fast forward millennia, and here we are, where man, he's no longer, in general, a hunter-gatherer. He no longer needs the gun. He no longer has to tame the beast. He no longer has to bang the shifts. He has someone to do that for him, someone to protect him and have a gun, someone to get his meat so he can buy it at the grocery store, someone to shift his vehicle. All these things have turned us weak as men. And here at the Church of Clutching Christ, we're not about that. We're back to bringing man back to where he's supposed to be. The gun, the beast, the manual transmission. That's just the way it is. And that's what we preach. And today, we have one of the flock is returning to become what he was meant to be from the beginning. We are going to cast Satan out, and we're going to bring this into the Lord's light. Now, that's an actual fact. Now, you may be saying, that sounds pretty tough. Oh, preacher Tussin there. And it is, because you know what? Unlike other good books, we just got the one, the Old Testament. An eye for an eye and a shift for the shift. We ain't got King James Version or the King anybody rewrote none of our history. It's just like I told you. And that's where we're going. We're getting back to basics. Now get your good book out, open to Ezekiel 25:17.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers.
And And there you have it, folks. It's time to get to work, do the Lord's work. See you in the next clip. Thank you for joining us. Damn, now that's the way to get the day started. Are you kidding me? Damn, a sermon. I love it. All right. Well, this is actually a great way to get the day started. Oh, come on. We got a Whataburger cup. This is one of the special anniversary cups. Said, hut. Go long. You guys kind of suck at that, I'll be honest. Oh! That tastes pretty good, but I gotta be honest, I'm kind of sick, so it doesn't taste as good as normal. What are you gonna do? All right, let's get to work. Here's where we're at. Doing the pedals is getting the clutch quadrant and figuring out where everything's gonna go. That is the toughest part to me. To pull the transmission out, I mean, dude, you know, you can get to everything. I'm not saying I can pull it in 5 minutes, but I'm just saying that that is the easier of the two things to do, in my opinion. So doing the clutch pedal has become, for me, a priority. Another thing, we're probably gonna change the steering wheel, put something a little smaller in it. And I would also maybe like to do something with the seat to get it a little lower. I can go down a couple inches at least, probably 3 or 4 to be honest. So let's swing to the other side real quick. I'm sure I pointed this out before, but you can see bell, this will be where the top cover is, and on the S10 deal, the shifter is going to come out right in here. I'm hoping that we can maybe cut a hole right in there, or square it out, and then we can still run the doghouse, but we'll have enough room for the shifter. But that's, I don't know how much I'm gonna love that, with it being, I wanted it a little bit forward, but it is what, I mean, I know I can bend the stick and all this kind of stuff, so, or make something, or let me phrase that, have Yoda and Doug make something. But anyway, this preliminary kind of, this is where it's gonna come out. And there's one other thing we gotta look at. Van has AOD headers, long tubes on it, and the problem with those is that the tube runs right down where the clutch cable comes into the bell housing. I thought maybe, I don't know if I could, because I couldn't run these on Teresa's car because of that issue. I don't know, we'll take a look at it when we put the bell housing in and kind of see where we're at. We're gonna have to probably pull the header off anyway, just to get the transmission out, but whatever. But that could be another potential issue. And because we have P heads, which I am coming to loathe, header selection is always a big deal. So, and we don't, you know, we're not going to go buy headers. We'll figure out what we got to figure out. So anyway, let me get back to unhooking this garbage and trying to get the dash out of it. That was way harder than it had to be. We also broke our damn glasses, had to go to Walmart, get a new pair so we can see what we're doing. But that was way harder than it had to be. And we're not even done, just getting the freaking dash out. What a mess. Holy cow, that was a lot harder than it needed to be. Son of a biscuit. Whew. Man. Gosh dang, ugh. Anyway, like I say, now we can get some of this stuff out of the way, you know, down here. We can, because this is where, when the clutch pedal goes in, this is where our quadrant is going to end up. Somewhere, potentially under the hole that's got the, that's got that, the temperature gauge stuff come through. That is assuming that these boxes are the same. We don't know that for a fact. But now I think we got it'd be a little easier to get it out. So anyway, let me get to work on that. Why? I absolutely probably made that harder than it was, but we got it out, so man, I feel like crap, but we got it out. Well, the pedal boxes seem to be a match, so that's good news. You can even see on this one, the old one, it's got a place for the stopper for the clutch pedal, so that's pretty cool. Now we need to slide this one in so we can get a look at sort of where our quadrant might go. Sorry for the shadow. And see kind of what we're working with. That thing just jumped right in there. I mean, it ain't hooked up, but I mean, it just slid right in there. Man, we're getting, oh God, not getting close, but we're getting stuff done. We got one bolt holding it in. So let's see what's gonna happen over here. Kind of hard to do this one-handed. This is splined, so it's loose, but, and then the clutch pedal's sitting at the bottom right now. But since I don't want to press it back on until I kind of have an idea of where we're going to be. So Yoda wanted to have it more, the more we could get it where it was working the pivot point, the better. So I need to see if I can find him and kind of see what he thinks, since we're in a spot that he can actually look at it. I've got 3 quadrants here. One is a SVO, one is a off-brand, and this is the China one. If you look at these two, they're pretty similar to an extent. Let's put it over here too. But look at the ramp rate on this deal. And then of course we put the SVO one up here. It's pretty much, it pretty much mimics this one. It just doesn't have the extra hook. So what will we use? Honestly, I might use the China triple because of the high point here. That'll give me some cable length. So there's a good chance I will end up using it. Just sort of like that. David's also done some quadrant comparisons, and we've done it before too, but just figured I'd point it out since we got a new quadrant that, and I've got another, like I say, I got a panhandle one sitting over there, and I totally forgot to bring it over here, but whatever, you get the idea. They're not all created equal. While we're waiting on the mighty Yoda to swing by, which he actually did, but I was not, whatever. We can go ahead and start knocking the drive shaft out, start getting the transmission out. Boom, and just like that, is out. Oh, son of a. Go on, Satan, you vile demon. Get that. Church of Clutch of Christ. Chase that demon tail down into the hole of darkness. Get that tail down in there. We got to go cut his head off. Converter bolts are out, starter bolts are out, the other one's up top. Bruce stopped by and we talked about the quadrant situation and stuff, and I think we've got a game plan and some stuff we're gonna do, and hopefully it works. If not, you know, we'll just regroup, figure something else out. But anyway, we got that done. Brothers and sisters, this revival day has come to an end, but we're not done. We are not done. Satan's got a hold of us. He's got a hold of DragVan, and he's got a hold of us. He's trying to get us sick, but we're going to persevere through. But that's pretty much going to do it for the day. We are going to probably have to take the headers out to get the transmission out, and we just don't have that in us today. We're just going to have to hit it again the next time, the next day, or whenever we can get back to it, because the Lord never sleeps. We know that. So, and neither do we. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining us, praying with us, being part of this blessed day, this blessed experience. And until next time on the Church of the Clutch of Christ, y'all pray for yourselves and for us and for all the other people that have to drive the automatic transmission, because we have to drive one home, and that's a gosh dog shame.